Okay. Hi, everyone. I am having really major technical issues here today. And yep, we're there. Okay. Wow, third time's the charm here. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Andrea. Um, Welcome to Authors of the Round Table. And today we are with Lady Andrea Byrd, and she's going to tell us how that came about. Yes.
What? Just a second. What, honey?
You got a scarf on.
Okay. Honey, we're starting now.
Hi, everybody.
My husband does the same thing.
Brought my daughter in here because she has a scarf on. They're not going anywhere. She just has a scarf on. Okay.
How old? So, okay. Okay. Wow. Anyway, so hi.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're here. Thank
So
you.
glad
for
to be
joining
here.
me. I know, right? This is fun. So tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and let's go from there.
Okay. I live in Kentucky and
Oh,
South Central Kentucky. I'm actually wearing a Mammoth Cave shirt because we live really close to there.
I don't know what that is.
Are you serious?
No.
It's like the longest cave system in the US.
Oh, yes, I have seen
Yes.
pictures, but I never, yeah, I'm bad with names. So,
Yeah.
Okay. Hello,
Um,
Lisa. Yeah, go
Hi.
ahead. Yeah.
Live in Kentucky. I'm a mom and a wife. I have 2 kids. One is almost 4 and one is 18 months.
Wow. And you write? How do you
write.
what? How do you have time for that? I'm sorry. What?
I don't have much time. I
no.
normally get up really early in the morning.
Yep.
Like really early.
You would have to do that. You would have to do that. So, okay, so this is our second attempt at this broadcast. I messed it all up. But anyway, before we started, Andrea and I were chatting horses because we both participated in intercollegiate horse shows, which is fun. And Kristen, hi, Kristen.
Hi.
Kristen did that too, right, Kristen? Or no, I don't know. Anyway, but so we've got that background, and I remember chatting with, and we were chatting horses, so we might be able to chat some more horses because I love horses. And hi, Darlene, thank you for joining us. So, so you write early in. Oh, never mind. You write early in the morning, and how did your writing journey kind of come to be?
So I've been writing over half my life. Just started as just an escape.
Mhm.
And I finished my first manuscript in college. And still didn't try publishing or anything until the last few years. And I decided that I just didn't want to wait to try and get published with a traditional publisher.
Mhm.
So went the self-publishing route so I could
Mhm.
just go ahead and get them out there.
Mhm. Because it takes about a year to publish through a traditional publisher. It's a long wait, and I'm the same way. I did not have the patience because when I finally decided to publish, right, I had about 30 books written already. And I'm like, this is going to take forever for them all to come out. So I was like, not that they would, but, so. So you decided to do indie, and how do you like it?
I love it. I actually had somebody ask me at one of my events back in the fall. She's like, "So, are you gonna go to traditional after this?" And I'm like, "No, not unless I get a really good deal." I am looking at maybe there's a small one that I'm interested in. Maybe doing part of my stuff through, but
Mhm.
I'm, unless something just comes up and bites me and it's a really good deal,
Mhm.
I'm not really concerned about. And I explained to her about Kindle Unlimited too. It's like I get at least a few pennies almost every day,
Mhm.
you know.
Mhm. A few pennies add up.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So
Soon you can buy yourself a cup of coffee.
there we go. Or a cup of tea.
Cup of tea. Yes. Coffee or tea? You're a tea drinker? Yes.
Yeah.
Ah, very good. Yes. I started out as a tea drinker. And then every author is a coffee drinker. So I'm like, well, I don't feel like being left behind. And then the whole pumpkin spice. Excuse me for a second. I think the heat needs to be turned off. Tasha, turn off the heat. Anyway. She's got okay. See these things happen during lives. Tea drinkers rule unite. See, here's another
Exactly.
tea drinker. Yes.
Yep.
And
Here's my mug.
there you go. Oh, you guys are gonna
My
love
cactus
this.
mug.
Oh, that's
Homemade.
cute. Can you read this?
Literary Rebel. That's awesome.
I love it. I got this from my favorite author. I won it, and I'm like, woo! Yeah, I won something. I love this mug. I always use it. But I've already had my half cup today. So, anyway, now, Lady Andrea. Now, I do it so that everyone, it's authors of the round table. But you were telling me something. Go ahead, tell me how you came to be a real lady.
Yes, I actually just last month for my husband's birthday, I bought me and him titles. So yeah, we went through Highland titles. You can Google it. They have wildlife reserves and conservation efforts in Scotland. And so I bought, it was like 1 square foot in one place and then like 10 square foot in the actual wildlife reserve. So we are Lady and Laird of like 2 of Glencoe and something else.
Nice. Okay. Are you planning on building a castle anytime?
I wish. Although I actually may be related to the players of Blair Castle in Scotland.
Okay. I don't know who that is. But apparently, so my husband's mother's side, his father's side is French, Perot, and his mother's side is English and Scottish, and apparently they are related to the Campbells of Scotland, which they have a castle, and yes, they do. And apparently the Campbells, and well, not my parents, not my in-laws, but apparently the Campbells and the McDonalds were the 2 main families that were warring against each other, killing each other off. So yeah,
it's a lot of that in Scotland.
Yeah, I guess so. Scotland is so yeah, that happened. Like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then something else that was pretty funny. Her family came from the across from the Mayflower with the Mayflower. Somebody did, and we researched that, or she did, and she found out that well, she found out through me because of homeschooling and all that stuff. But the people that his family is related to attempted to blow up the Mayflower on the passage across. They are the Billing boys. If you look them up, they lit a fire. They lit up the gunfire. The
Gunpowder.
The gunpowder. Yep, and it almost exploded the whole thing. So yes, thank the Perot, or no, not the Perots. What are they? The Edsons or something like that. Yep. That that almost didn't happen. Anyway, but let's get back to books and tell me about your. So is this a series?
Yes.
That you're writing? Okay, cool. Okay, I see that because let me just pull up your book. You just published a new book, correct?
Yes. Smoky Mountain Temper.
And I find it. Tell us. Can you see it? Yes, we can see it. So tell us a little bit about the series first, and then this book in particular.
The series follows the Callahan family of the Smoky Mountains. They have a big cabin in the mountains, and each book they're novellas, and then there's one related short story, and each novella is one of the siblings.
Okay. Nice.
And this particular book, the main character, she probably inspired by the Scottish heritage. She has crazy red hair, curls, and she's a little feisty. She owns her own bakery, but it's a healthier bakery because she's had some health issues and stuff.
Nice.
That's something that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Not the bakery, but
Yep.
the healthy side of things. So that was what inspired that one. And the idea in the story is that she's struggling as a businesswoman and the landlord's kicking her out. And it's a enemies to lovers between her
fun.
and the landlord.
Oh, how fun. Those are so much fun to write.
Oh, they are. I was so nervous I couldn't do it. And then my first couple of people read it and they were like, oh, this is so good. And my editor, she was like, she told me she was going to like finish it the next day. And then she messaged me back late that night. And she was like, I had to know how you got them together. And those are my favorite stories.
That was
I love like the bickering.
Oh yeah, you can do so much. Oh my gosh, yes, 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 yes. It is so much fun because it's just fun. So yes, Smoky Mountains, I would love to go see. Now, did you say you live near the Smoky Mountains, Andrea?
I'm only about 4 hours away. Yeah,
Oh wow,
so
that's
we
not too close.
go. No, yeah, it's not super close. We still only go like once every couple years or so. We'd love to go every year, but you know, life, money,
kids.
kids. Yes.
I don't even know how you do it. Well, how old are your kids?
My daughter will be 4 in June,
Okay.
and my son is 18 months.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's been interesting the past couple times we went. They're getting them to sleep and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. I took my kids to because I lived in Dubai and all that stuff, and my kids and my husband and we went on a trip to Dubai visiting my mom, and that was that alone was like
yeah,
because you got to get to Germany and then you have a 6-hour layover in Germany with 2 kids. They were like 6 and 3 or something. 6 and 2.5. And you get there and then there's the jet lag and you're so exhausted and the kids are wide awake.
No. We are not ready to do any kind of long trip with them. I really want to like go to Florida, go to the beach. And Adeline, she would love to go to the beach and stuff, but we were like, no, we're not. Adeline got car sick on our last trip last year. Yeah. So we're like, no long trips right now. No.
So basically, happening. Just because you're an author doesn't mean that your kids let you write. So wait, they don't respect that you're an author? Hello? What's wrong with So what's your routine like?
So
do you have a routine?
Not I try to have a routine, but not really. My husband's work schedule has been all over the place, so that hasn't helped. But I normally try and get up and write in the mornings. When he's on the later work schedule, it works well because he leaves around 4:30 or 5 in the morning. So I can get up, I'll fix him breakfast, get his lunch ready, and then scoot him out the door and I can come write. If when he leaves earlier or if I'm tired, then I come back to bed or don't get out of bed at all.
Wait, at 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah. He was leaving at like 3:30 in the morning. Like it was really bad. I wasn't getting up. So I wasn't getting much done. I was having to write in the afternoons and weekends and stuff, and it was terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I can imagine. How much writing do you get done usually on a day?
I'm just glad if I get words down. There for a little while I was doing semi-decent. I'd aim for like 1,000 words a day, but literally I'm just like, if I write, I'm happy.
Right. And you said your books are novellas, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just because it's shorter doesn't mean it takes less time. It's I don't know how I can't write a novella because I've got to just write a lot. so so for me that's like, wow, you do that. That's
Mhm.
so cool. But for me I have to just keep going.
See, and I'm not good at that. Like, I did start one that I have to get back to. It's going to be called, unless I change it, it's going to be called Untold Promises, and it's going to incorporate the tornadoes and stuff that hit this area
Mm,
in December and January.
okay.
Um, so that
Wow.
one, I started writing that one, and I got like 12,000 words in, and I'm like, there's no way this is going to be a novella. Like, this is going to be longer. And I had to set it aside so I could come back to some of my other stuff because I'm like, that needs more time.
Right.
But the rest of them, like, I started Smoky Mountain Embers, and I totally meant to write full length, but it just, like, it all came out in this short little,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, it's all in there.
Right. People
I
like
don't know
it
what to
though.
add.
People like
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah, people love that. That's great though. That's great that you can condense it like that. That's a talent, I have to tell you. So now, when did you publish your first book?
the first one, it was at the very end of March, I believe, last year.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Wow. Wait. And you have four now? Four books out?
5.
Five. What?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Yes, I have 4 novellas and a short story. Yeah, I think I actually need to check because I think like in 2 days is going to be my author anniversary.
Oh wow. Exciting. So wow. Okay, here's a
Oh,
question from
Kristen, yeah.
Kristen.
I'm in South Central Kentucky, Kristen. So if you heard about the ones in Bowling Green, that's where my sister lives, works, went to school. Well, she went to school in Bowling Green and then E-Town. But she was living here at the time, thankfully.
Mm,
But actually, my parents are still fostering her best friend's cat because her house was destroyed.
wow.
Hmm. So that was the ones in Bowling Green, and then I'm in a little bitty community called Heisville. It's one of those like little caution light towns, um,
Mm,
and we had an EF1 come in here um, January 1st, New Year's
ye-
Day. Um,
wow. Oh my gosh, that's scary.
yes, it our air unit was shifted and it knocked down a tree in the backyard, which we realized was like rotting. So it was
Mm.
a matter of time, but yeah.
But it didn't hit the house. I mean, the tree didn't hit the
No,
house. That's
no, it
really
fell long ways. Yep.
wow. Wow. Yeah, Happy New
Happy New Year.
Year. I know. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah, we had honestly I prefer snowstorms to tornadoes, and
Yes.
it's just not. We had one come through the town that I was living in Connecticut years ago when we were obviously still living there, and it actually literally it came down our street and it missed our house
Mm.
like by two houses. Yeah, all that. Yeah, snowstorms are predictable. Tornadoes, you can't. So, uh, and snowstorms aren't destructive.
Yeah.
You know,
See, where
so
we live, we have the problem of ice. We tend to get as
uh,
much or more of ice as we do snow. So
yeah,
actually they can be destructive here, but
yes,
still not as bad. Like, I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I used to be really scared of tornadoes. Like,
yeah.
and now I'm kind of, they're a little edgy again. We had bad winds last week and it's like just listening to the wind is just like sets me on edge.
Hmm. So you've had Kristen
Oh
had
man.
two. Oh wow,
That's
yeah,
scary.
that is super scary. All right, but no, but thank you. I'll stay in Vermont. Thank you very much. So let's see. Oh, I had a question. Your books, are they
Yes.
contemporary or are they
They're contemporary.
contemporary?
I
Okay.
have a historical project that's going to come out in the fall.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fun. I love writing historical fiction. It is so much fun. But there's a lot of research involved.
Yes. That's why I started with contemporary. Again, I was impatient and I was like, I want to start right now. And I was like, I don't want to sit and do research. But I love, and most of the ideas I've had, like the entire time I've been writing, have been contemporary, but I love to read historicals. Like,
Mm.
I much prefer historical over contemporary. So I'm gonna branch out, not necessarily switch over to it completely, but I have my first historical that's gonna come out in October.
Oh, nice, nice. Now, how do
Mhm.
you find the research? I mean, do you like the research, or do you find it's kind of tedious, or and how do you do your research? Because every book has to be researched.
Yes, yes, yes. I get that question a lot on Smoky Mountain Embers because it's inspired by the fires that happened in Gatlinburg in
Okay.
2016.
Wow.
Um, and for that one, I read articles, I watched interviews, and I watched hours and hours and hours of the live feed
Hmm.
news coverage of when they were happening and stuff. And it's really funny because people like I tell people they ask that question and then they're like you didn't interview people and I'm like
Mm.
I watched the interviews, like why would they tell me something different than you know
Right. Right.
and it's I found random things that happened. There's actually videos you can find of the Department of Transportation about an incident that they had and I put that in the book and stuff.
Mm.
So far, my research for this one has been similar because this one's taking place. It's Runaway Brides of the West. It's a multi-author project. So, I didn't go with the whole Appalachian setting that I love and know more about. This one, she's going to start off in the Appalachians and she's going to end up in
Sure.
the Ozark Mountains.
Ooh.
So I've been researching the Ozarks and stuff, and I actually found a lecture series from Missouri State University online. So I've been watching that. It's a really good thing. He introduces people from the Ozarks and like some of the slang old fashioned terms and stuff they used, and then it
Hmm.
goes through all the history and stuff. So I've been
Nice.
going through all those.
That's so much fun. Good idea, actually. Kristen said, publish all Google searches for book research in the back of the book. That's
That is a great idea.
actually, you know what I'm doing right now with my the book that I'm working on right now, The Blessing. I have mentioned because I definitely focused on one canine team a lot because
Hmm.
they're so interesting and just they have a lot of content, and it's very interesting.
Hmm.
But one of them, I actually mentioned them and I put their website on in the back,
In
so
the back
people
of the
can
book.
check that out. So, but I'm
That's
I'm gonna
awesome.
do that. It's a good idea. I will be doing that later after this, because there are a couple of really cool. I do a lot of YouTube. Do you do YouTube?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the easy I mean, I love to read. I just ordered a couple books on the Scotch Irish because I have some ideas for historical stuff with that,
Hmm.
and that's some of my heritage, so I
Hmm.
wanna research that and stuff, but the easiest thing for me is to watch and listen to the videos because I can do those while I work.
Hmm. Exactly. I can't. Yeah, unfortunately, that's how I do most of my research too. I feel like I'm cheating, Oh my gosh, it's YouTube. How do I know it's real? But I honestly, I don't know. It makes it a lot easier to do the research, and
Mhm.
there's so much information on YouTube. Good information,
There is, yeah.
really good information, and a lot of firsthand stuff. And I mean, I was just watching a canine officer and his dog being,
Mhm.
sworn in, like accepted into their, I'm like,
That's
oh, that's so cool.
awesome.
This is kind of fun. I didn't, I'm done with the research, but
Uh-huh.
actually I can use it for the next book. But anyway, maybe. Anyway, not saying anything. Uh, but so we have time for some questions from you guys if you have any. Um, but so how did you come up with this idea of um, of the healthy? Is it a bakery or
Yes, it's a
okay?
bakery. So I got interested in all that. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome,
Mm,
and we suffered from infertility for over a year or about a year. And but once I found out had that, I knew that it was possibly going to be hard to conceive, and I couldn't take the medicine they tried to give me for it. So I'm
mhm,
like, oh, yay, the only thing that I can do is just lifestyle changes.
mhm,
So I got really interested in, like, we use like almost all natural everything, plant-based
mhm,
everything. And so I did the Young Living and stuff, learned about einkorn, ancient grains and stuff.
mhm,
And
mhm,
that's where I got the idea for the bakery and stuff. I have an einkorn cookbook, and I make not very often because it's expensive, but I make treats with the ancient grains and stuff
oh,
sometimes.
fun.
And yeah, so that
Yep.
inspired her bakery. And in the book, she has some not did not do any certain disease or anything, but she had
Mhm,
some health issues that led her and her family to a more natural lifestyle, and
mhm.
to her to open her bakery and stuff.
Nice. I'm totally into like natural stuff, totally, because well, my husband can't take anything. But before I say, Kristen is not a baker. He never ever does baking. What are you doing right now, Kristen? I know this because you just talked about it. What are you doing, Kristen? Why don't you tell us what you're doing right now? Anyway, we'll give her a moment to tell us what she's doing right now. Uh, so yeah, I mean the whole natural stuff. There we go. Oh,
Make
that's
a good king cake. That's
and how
awesome.
many did you make this week? She works for a bakery.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
she's.
needed her for this book.
I know. Well, 60
Wow.
working days.
What? Oh,
I can't
wow.
believe you're awake. Actually,
Yeah.
she works odd hours. So,
I did not know that was humanly possible.
oh my gosh, no, it's not humanly possible. She is a super baker. If you ever do another story about baking, she's your source.
Yes,
She's a
I
beta reader,
definitely need
so
help.
definitely, and she's great. And that's right.
Well done.
She's building her bed. She's building her bed, a new bed frame. So that's exciting. Anyway,
Mhm,
but yeah, like homeopathic stuff. I laugh because well, my husband can't take any conventional stuff anyway.
mhm,
Um, and so when I homeschooled, because I homeschooled my kids, and when
mhm,
I homeschooled, we really got into natural stuff,
mhm.
And so when we were all sick with COVID, my best friend, she does a lot of natural stuff, and she's like, "Hey, you guys should take pine tea." And I'm like, "Drink
Heard
some
of that
pine
one.
tea, pine needle tea." I'm like, "Yeah, uh-huh." And I'm like, maybe I should tell this to my husband because
Mhm,
So anyway, he went outside. He got some white pines, got them off the tree. He boiled them, sipped it. It took care of his congestion, like in the chest.
Are you
He had some other,
serious?
yes, yes, and he had a little reaction to it because,
Yeah.
of course, he's my husband. But I was joking around with my dad. I'm like, oh,
Uh-huh.
Tom drank pine tea, and he's like, it worked. And I said, hey, it's really good. It's got some tons of health benefits. Like if you have high blood pressure, it might help.
Really?
Yes. So my dad's like, huh, I'm going to look into this because my blood pressure is sky high. So he
Mhm.
went and he found pine needles, which is hard in Germany, he told me. And he's been sipping pine needle tea every night, and his
Uh-huh.
blood pressure is back normal. Yeah,
Really?
I'm telling you. And
Wow.
actually, it does not smell like anything. It actually, It has like a slightly minty, very refreshing taste. I know. I know.
Pine trees. What?
Yeah. Pine tree.
I need to try
Pine
that. We
tree.
have plenty of
What
pine
you
trees
need
around
to
here.
look that up, man.
I
It's
am.
incredible.
That is
So,
awesome.
yep, they would eat. What? I'm not a doctor, obviously. Don't do this, but
I
do
put
your
that in the front of my
research.
books.
Do your research. And yes, I have heard of people eating the bark of the pine tree when they ran out of food. Yep. Yep. It's crazy. It is crazy. But is there so what about your other books? What are they? Smoky Mountain Christmas, right? What is that about?
That one is she gets caught in a freak snowstorm. Probably like the worst one the Smokies has ever had.
Of course.
And yeah. And she had a hysterectomy when she was 25. Book takes place when she's 30. She's been avoiding everybody since then. She's a traveling journalist and has been avoiding any kind of relationships since she had her hysterectomy because she just doesn't want to get close to anybody and risk them not loving her. And then she gets caught in the cabin with the 8 Callahans, and they're Christmas threw up in the house, and their baking day, and their game day, and all things Christmas. And she's just like, what?
I am out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
That's so funny. That's funny.
And ends up having a whirlwind romance with the eldest. That's something that people have either kind of loved or hated about that one. I think the reviews are still good, but a couple people kind of like done like a 3-star instead of a 5-star because they're like, it's happened kind of fast. Like they fell in love in 2 days. And I'm like, what? Like I read historicals. Like I love at first sight. I love whirlwind romances. I mean,
right.
So
and it happens. It happens. Hi, Holly. Thank you for joining us. Yay! Thank you. I mean, honestly, whirlwind romance happens. I'm sorry, it does happen, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think. I mean, it's just. I think it happens more often than we'd like to admit. I mean, I knew like right away that, yeah, I knew, and actually my husband knew. So I mean, it was just why not? Yeah,
exactly.
We just didn't get married right away.
That's the way we were. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were in college, so we needed to kind of finish that.
Exactly.
So things happen, but if you're an adult and settled, you're settled. You want. So I think that's cool. Hold on.
I am. Yes.
Go make your cake.
I am a sappy, hopeless romantic. I will own it.
Oh my gosh, poor Kristen. So she's a beta reader right now for me, and she keeps yelling at me, and it's hilarious. I'm like, it's like, she goes, I'm sorry. I hope you don't hate me. I'm like, no. But you know what? You're ridiculous too. Anyway, so let's go back to your newest release, and I want to talk to you about from what is it? Enemies to lovers, right? Enemies to
yes.
Okay, what made you pick that?
I don't know because that's not how that one started. Yeah, that story idea changed. I came up with that story idea back when I very first got back into writing, like over a year ago. And it started as one thing and kind of just morphed and transitioned and finally settled on he's trying to kick her out. And That's it. Just
That's
became
hilarious.
enemies to lovers.
That
Yeah,
is
I mean, I
so
love
much
the
fun.
trope, but I was so scared to write it myself. So I mean,
No, I mean, no, I'm sorry, Kristen, I'm picking on you, right? You know that, right? I love you too. So, but yeah, enemies to lovers is fun. I did it once, and I'm like, I want to do it again, and I've done it, but the book's not out, and it's gonna have to wait. It's gonna have to wait, but yeah, enemies to lovers is a lot of fun. And here's Holly, and she says you're a new author to her, which is
Hi,
great.
Ollie.
Yes. She's going back to her future. What do you mean by that? Anyway, but yeah, definitely shoot Andrea some questions if you have them. Seriously, it's just not me talking to Andrea. It's like, okay. But let's see, what are your ups and downs? What have you kind of experienced as a writer? Let's talk about the ups first.
Ups. I mean, just being published has been amazing. And in many ways it's been maybe not as much as what I thought it would be, but in other ways it's like every little thing is just amazing and blows me away. You know. So I mean,
it's an emotional roller coaster to publish. Did you cry? When your first book published, did you cry? Oh, good for you.
So surprised. I did not.
I did. Honestly. Honestly,
I don't blame anybody that does.
It was so unexpected that I was like, what? Wait, I published? I finally published? So, you know, I definitely, I came home, I was crying my eyes out. It's funny. My family's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm published. And they're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I'm like, but look, my name's in print.
My name is on Amazon.
Yeah.
Here's a question. What are your favorite authors? Ooh, I like that.
Okay. So I write Christian fiction, Christian romance, and I actually just really got into that since I started writing and stuff. I read secular books. Diana Palmer was a favorite of mine. So I'm just now finding my favorites in the Christian realm. But lately I've been reading Karen Whitemeyer, Misty Beller, and Anne Gabhart. So far I have absolutely loved them.
I know Karen. Well, I don't know her, but I've heard of Karen Whitmire. But the rest, Anne Gerhardt, I think.
Gabhart.
Oh, Gabhart.
She's another Kentucky author. She has a Longest Story Trail. Have you heard of that one? That's the Pack Horse Librarians. And the one I read was These Healing Hills, which features the Frontier Nursing Service.
Oh, wow.
In the Appalachians.
That's interesting.
Oh, yeah. It's so interesting. Really cool. That's the kind of stuff I love.
That sounds really cool. So now, we were talking on the other broadcast that went through the wrong page. I have no idea where it went. But you said that you had just become a Christian too.
Well, I mean, yes, officially. I've always believed in everything, but I'm an old Southern Baptist. So the way we believe that you get to heaven is you're saved, and the way you do that is you go basically beg on the altar. It can happen anyways, but you pray and you ask God to save you. And so I was saved at the end of October 2 years ago.
Wow. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. That is really cool. I mean, I love hearing stories like that because it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It is a good thing, you know. Hey, so we were also talking about Kristen likes that too. You have approval.
Yay.
But so you said being published is one of the ups. What's one of the downs that you've experienced?
it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard to make money. I mean, like
Yeah.
in
What?
some
Okay.
right, in some ways, again, it's been more than what I imagined.
Mhm.
And in some ways, like I did cry after I'd made my first like $3.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
yes,
Yeah, I would
I
have.
I was
Yes.
yeah, I was just starting to get some feedback from some of my betas and the first people that have read the first book and stuff, and I earned like that first like actually no, it wasn't $3. It was like 30 cents. It was like nothing. And it was just like getting that very first feedback
Mhm.
and that first earnings from my book was just like, oh my god, that was when I guess when it really became real to me. And I was like, what? Like this is happening. I'm an author. People like what I'm writing. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's a huge, that's huge. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, and it is hard. And people say, you know, I don't know. Oh, you just sit there and you make up stories. Yeah,
I mean,
not.
yeah, but no.
No, 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 no. It's so much more than that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Kristen's got a great
that
questions.
is a great
How's your right
question.
process? Yep. Is it fully mapped out in your mind? Oh, you just
I I'm somewhere between a complete pantser and like a plantser. I have a
Mhm.
general idea, and usually by the time I get towards the end of a book, I have to stop and kind of think about how I want it to
Mhm.
end. But
Mm.
other than that, pantser, I just let it happen.
Yeah,
And that's the
nice.
other reason I didn't want to like I'm not a good fit for traditional because I'm like, they want these synopsises and
I
stuff and they want to know what's gonna happen. And I'm like, no, like I can't hardly write a synopsis. It's not good.
no, no, and how do I know where this story is gonna go? You
Exactly, and
know
it's gonna change. It's gonna change too.
that, and then also I'm like that. I'm like a very organic writer, but I've learned to like make notes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do the same because we can't keep all that information in our heads. But what I've learned because I did like a year with Susan May Warren,
Oh,
who
are you
has
serious?
yeah, that was incredible. That went from my writing went from to okay, I am now a writer. I will tell people I'm a writer.
There you
you know,
go.
um, but I'm not totally a planner. Like I won't.
Mhm.
I can't commit to that.
Yeah.
But I will do like a story equation, like the SEQ. Like okay, so
I
what
just
is your
bought that book.
character? It's really good. It's really good. So yeah, study that. Like I will have, the characters outlined,
Mhm.
basically with room to grow because I feel like they are people in my mind and so they do things.
Exactly.
They need to be able to do
Yeah.
things and get
Mhm.
themselves into trouble that I, as the benevolent author, can take them out of or put
Yeah.
them into. So, um, yeah, so that's I totally get it. Let me see. I do have some really cool questions. People asked me yesterday. Oh, do you drink? Oh, do you have to drink something or eat something when you're writing?
No. No. I might drink some tea, but otherwise, absolutely no. I'm try to be completely focused. I tend to get distracted by social media or this or that,
Mhm,
but no.
mhm. Really? I
Mhm.
never, I never, I
Well, and
never.
I write in bed a lot, and my husband has like serious with crumbs and stuff getting in the bed. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, yes. Um, okay, this is a great question. Actually, somebody asked me yesterday. What's been your biggest motivation to be a writer?
my children.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I
How
mean,
so?
I the two main reasons I got into writing is because eventually I'd like to go full time and not have more freedom with my time and spending with them.
Mhm.
And just to show my daughter, like, you can have your dreams and set your goals and
Mm,
do it. I mean,
really?
I had like this whole dream I pursued with the horses and everything, and that didn't
Mhm.
happen. But this one, is happening, you know. So
Mhm.
I mean, you can at least make part of it happen or one of it happen, and
Mhm.
just yep.
That's really cool. Why? So to me, that's really crazy that your horse education or whatever that didn't take off. I don't understand that.
So I went to school up near Lexington and stuff. I mean, that's
Hmm.
where all the horse racing and everything is. That's
Right.
where a lot of your more well off horse people are.
Hmm.
Where I live, there's a lot of like backyard farmers,
Oh yeah.
backyard horse breeders and stuff. There's a few people that are, you know, better off and stuff, but so trying to start my own business, like just doing the
Mm.
massage and stuff, just didn't really pan out. I had one client for a little while. Her horse was kind of sounded a little bit like yours. Like he could not roll completely over in the field, and she could not lope him or canter him
Wow.
without him bucking.
Yep. Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
mine wasn't.
yeah, yours is more unpredictable.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Yeah.
but so
That's
I
hard.
mean, I did pursue that for a little while. My husband, he has a charm bracelet that he buys me charms for whenever like life event happens and stuff, and I have a little horseshoe that will always be on there from when I got my first client and tried to start that business. But yeah, it just people don't really want to spend the money on that around here. And
Yeah.
I left Lexington. I came back down here to live with my husband and be close to our family and stuff. So
Hmm. Hmm.
just didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I get that. My son's a farrier, and when we moved up here to Vermont, he did great.
Mhm.
He when we moved up here, he started out. It was at the very beginning of his career, and
Mhm.
he found somebody that he could apprentice with up here for a little while, and then he went off on his own, and he did great. I mean,
Uh-huh.
he had 100 clients, which is pretty good. And
Yeah.
then he moved to California, and he lives oh, may I say it, I'm so proud of him. He actually now he shoes for Monty Roberts.
Are you
Yes, yes,
serious?
yes, 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 yes.
That was like my hero growing up. Like yes, I had an article about him on the
Did you?
wall. And yes,
Oh.
I got to go and meet him when I was in college. Yes,
Ooh,
that was a dream
very
come
cool,
true. It
very
was at
cool.
the some sort of equine festival. They
Yep,
had my
yep,
first year up
yep.
there.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I saw
That
him
is
at the
so
Equine Affair.
awesome.
And so Sean lives close to where his main base
That's
is.
awesome.
And when he moved to California, he actually dropped off a card. That was like 5, 6 years ago. No, that was 5 years ago. And, nothing came of it. But
Yeah.
Sean, he's been making, he didn't quite get into the shoeing right away because,
Mhm.
he couldn't. So he had to, work for somebody else for like do something else for a while. But then when he got married, he really wanted to get back into it. And his wife was great. She's like, okay, take a year, build your business, you know, just take however long,
That's
whatever.
wonderful.
And he's really done great. And so yeah, he's shoeing for Monty right now. I'm
That
like,
is so cool. Yeah.
oh, you go.
Don't get
He's like,
any cooler than
no.
that.
He's like, what's the big deal? I'm like, really? It's
Right?
Monty Roberts. Seriously, come on, this is a huge deal.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go back to let's talk about character. Are your books character driven, plot driven? I think I know the answer.
Hmm. I don't know if I've really ever thought of it. I guess character driven.
It sounds like it, yeah.
I mean, Embers was more plot driven because it was based on real events. So I had to plan out like, okay, this is this day and this is when this happens and this happens and this is what happened, with the progression of the fire and stuff. It was still, I mean, the growth of the characters and everything within that, and especially before the fire happens, so much of the growth happens before the fire. That was the hardest part for
Oh
me,
yeah, okay.
was actually just getting to the fire.
Mm.
And but the rest of the books, I mean, what I start with basically is like, okay, this is the kind of the idea of the novel. This is who these characters are, what they're dealing with, and what they do for a living.
Mhm.
So then I guess it's character driven from there, because it's
Yeah.
okay, how do they get together? How do they develop as characters, you know?
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Because yeah. How about writer's block? How do you deal with that?
Thankfully, I don't get it very often. I
Oh,
guess
you
because I
bless
don't
you.
I guess because I don't get to write very often. I've been thinking about it for a few days, usually when I get to write, or at least, you know. So,
Oh, I see. Oh wow! I can't believe you did.
what?
um.
I don't know, honey. Just a little while.
Yes, we're almost done.
um,
But
shoot.
yeah.
Now, if I'm trying to sit down and write, I did tell somebody this the other day. If I'm like trying to write and I'm like, "No, it's not coming to me, it's not coming to me, I don't know what I'm gonna say," I literally just start hitting keys on the computer.
Oh wow.
I just start
Really?
writing jumbled words, and then I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, that's the sentence I wanted to write.
I
For some
heard
reason,
people.
it works. I don't
I've
I don't
heard
know why
people
it
doing
works.
that. I can't do that. But I've never tried it. It's a good idea to actually do that. I don't understand why my granddaughter is panting. It's not that warm in here, girl. Oh, anyway, so I think we've had a good time. Yes,
We have.
I have had a great time. I've been wanting to talk to you for a while, so I'm like, let's talk horses, shall we?
Yeah.
um,
Yay.
but anyway, you are going to put your link for the new book and your author
Mhm.
link
Yes.
too in the comments. That way, people know where to get them. And you said you are publishing a historical fiction in October. Anything before that?
Yes. Hopefully I'll get out the next in this series before then. The historical is a multi-author project, so they want us to have them all uploaded by June 1st, and they're gonna I can't remember when the first one comes out. I think it's in August. And they're gonna release every Friday. So like mine's gonna be
Wow.
uploaded way before it comes out. Yeah.
Okay, that's incredible. Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Wow.
had to go ahead and write it, and then I'll go back to my
Yeah.
others, and hopefully I'll get my next one out.
Wow. And how many books are going to be in this series?
There's gonna be 7, so I just have 2 more.
Wow. My daughter is playing with her dog right now. Okay. 7. Wow. Okay. Cool. Because there are 7
There's
siblings,
6
right?
siblings,
Okay.
and the Smoky Mountain Redemption is actually an aunt of one of the main characters.
Very
But
cool.
she really needed at least some sort of, it's a short story
Yeah.
that goes with Embers, and she had to have a little bit of something where we could see the redemption of her character.
There you go. Awesome. Okay. Here's the book. Go get it. It just came out a couple of days ago. So it's exciting. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being here with us, Lady Andrea Byrd.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, and have a lovely remainder of the afternoon. Kristen, go build that book, not bookcase. What's it called? The bed frame. Yes, I want to see pictures of it later on. Okay. Bye, everyone.